As much as we love being here at the Lake Castle School, schools are for children, not for animal rescue. If you haven't heard the Muttshak story, you probably should. It's on our website, www.muttshak.org. Just following Katrina, the gym that you see here was actually used as a very large kennel. At any one time, we had anywhere from 50 to 200 dogs right in this very, very spot. They were all in crates, and we had volunteers looking after each and every one of them, walking them 3 or 4 times a day. In fact, they probably got more walks than they ever did in their lives. They had vet care, lots of good food, lots of clean, fresh water, and 24-hour care. We did our best to save as many as possible. All told, about 3,000 animals were saved from East New Orleans, the Ninth Ward, and other areas in the city. What we're doing now is fulfilling a promise. We made a promise to Louisiana and to New Orleans that we would never allow this to happen again. Anyone who was here following Katrina saw the devastation. They saw it was the largest animal holocaust in history. Anyone who was here would never want to repeat that again. And so we made a promise that we would evacuate the animals in times of storm. We now have in position over 70 refrigerated, temperature-controlled vehicles that will move along with the buses. You'll see some of what we're working with. But the buses that transport people will travel side by side with evacuation vehicles specifically for animals. And those animals will go along with those buses to shelters set up so that the people can be side by side with their animals, not the way it was after Katrina. This time they'll be able to be very, very close to their animals, interact with them, walk them. In fact, they have a responsibility to take some of the burden off of the volunteers and care for their animals. What we need desperately is for people to understand the scope of this and to understand that we need vehicles, we need donations desperately to be able to pre-stage those vehicles in the state of Louisiana strategically so that when a storm comes in, often without a lot of warning, we have to be prepared to deploy those vehicles and deploy those volunteers. And so if those trailers are standing close to those evacuation points, it cuts down the time frame and puts us in a position where we could do the most effective job at evacuation. We've held several training exercises. We've worked with the parishes to develop plans so that they can move as quickly as possible and they can get things done. And we need the funding in order to prepare for the storm. You see, the evacuation bill passed by Senator Claude Fontenot was designed to respond in the instance of a declaration of disaster, which the governor makes. But there was never any allocation of funds for pre-storm funding, or what they call the surge fund. So all of what we're doing now, all of this preparation is out of our pocket. We've gone tremendously in debt. Frankly, we wouldn't do it any other way because we made a commitment, we made a promise, but we do need your help. One of the things that was amazing is that when there are disasters, people tend to come out of the woodwork and want to help and want to do whatever they can to make sure that that help is there. And whether it's food, whether it's clothes, whether it's donations, whether it's phone call made or laundry washed or cages cleaned, all of that means something. But the tendency is to think that everything here is just fine. It isn't. It isn't. And just because we're not in the news every single day doesn't mean that there still isn't a need here. And the need now really is for everyone to take some responsibility, to be a part of this, because it's a huge burden, really, really it is. And what we need is for everyone out there to step up and really come onto our team and help us put this together. Help us get the resources, the supplies, and the funding that we need to make sure that what happened after Katrina never happens again. We made a promise to the state of Louisiana that we would help them evacuate all of their animals in the time of a tropical storm or hurricane. We're going to keep that promise, but we need your help to do it. Do what you can. Go to www.muttshak.org or call us at 1-866-718-1001. Help us get what we need and make sure this never happens again. Thank you.